What could the next decade look like if you gave this next year your all in terms of committing to something that you knew was going to truly be a blessing to the vision that you have? I'm Patrice Washington, and this is the Redefining Wealth podcast, where authenticity leads to alignment and abundance. Join us each week as we peel back the layers on what wealth truly means and dive into conversations that inspire, connect, and empower you to live your richest life. Get ready to challenge the status quo. It's time to redefine wealth for yourself. Welcome back, Purpose Chasers. We made it. Oh my goodness. We made it to the final Redefining Wealth episode of 2024. And man, I was sick for a few weeks and couldn't really use my voice in the way that I would normally love to use my voice. And I feel so blessed to be back. I feel so blessed to be so loved and supported and encouraged. My people pillar has been the pillar that has carried me through 2024. Listen, I know that we're just getting through the Christmas holidays and all those great things. And so I won't be before you long, but I just wanted to do a final episode, kind of recapping 2024, the loss, the lessons, and also give a little prediction for 2025. I'm not even going to do an affirmation. I just don't feel like it. What I affirm around this time every year is I don't know what the next year holds, but I certainly know who holds me. And that speaks to my faith, but also it speaks to just knowing that any of the relationships that felt like I felt like I lost this year, needed to be released. And if I'm honest, even at the pebble, the small whispers, the knowing, the urging, the radical honesty that taught me that I needed to release some people has really created the space for, in this season of my life, the right people to hold me, to support, and to encourage. And that feels really good. Let me just say that 2024 has literally been one of the hardest years of my adult life. It has been such a year of profound loss and lessons that I just never saw coming. This year, as some of you may know, within less than 3 months, I lost 3 people that were really important to me. One of them became such a special friend around the time of me heading into separation. And that relationship, that friendship, opened me up to truly become more committed to this idea of being radically honest. That friendship taught me how to honor my discontentment. It taught me to recognize that whenever I was frustrated, annoyed, irritated with something, that it was my divine right to explore it, to ask questions, to interrogate, and to get down to the root of it so that I could get to the root of what I truly desire, who I really am. It had literally changed my life. It changed my concept of God. That relationship allowed me to ask better questions of God, because any relationship that's worth having allows you to ask questions. It allows you to explore. It allows you to have curiosity without condemnation. And so if you were around in 2022 when I was doing the season around redefining love, and I talked so much about redefining love of self, love of my community, and love of God, that relationship was the one that sparked all of that for me. And to find out that my friend died so tragically and so suddenly kicked off a season of me learning about people who meant so much to me dying back to back. And it was one of the first times in my life that I ever felt that saying, I guess it's an American saying, like when it rains, it pours, when like just one thing after another after another. I usually historically have not been someone who really embraced that or felt like I understood it. But this year, oh boy, did I understand. Oh boy, did I understand. It literally felt like one thing after another. And in addition to my friend passing suddenly and tragically, my godmother, who was so instrumental in raising me, passing, my best friend from childhood, her mom, who was a second mom to me, all while, growing up from middle school on. So for almost 30 years, her sudden passing, my mom's uncle, a client, is just one thing after another. In addition to that, also releasing team members or people who I thought were, even if I didn't consider them to be really good best friends, good girlfriends like that, I still thought more highly of the relationships than I believe now I should have. And the loss just across the board has been profound. But I also got so many amazing lessons that I believe will be a blessing to who I am and to how I continue to navigate my life, my purpose, and just who I am as a woman. And one of those lessons and reminders for me is that having a process for how I process has been such a lifesaver and a blessing. I've said this for 7 years now, that I hope that you guys don't think redefining wealth and these pillars are just this cute little thing I like to talk about on a podcast. I believe that the pillars and my understanding and use of them in my life and how I manage my calendar and how I take care of myself are literally the reasons that this year did not take me out. I don't think that we always recognize the fact that all the parts of our lives have such profound impact on how we navigate life's turbulence. I'm so grateful that by the time I came into this season, the last 9 months have been filled with so much that I already had the right mental state. I already had a great therapist who I was already committed to working with, who's been helping me immensely, that I already took care of myself physically. Although there have been things that unraveled, like me taking supplements every day and all those things. But for the most part, that mentally and physically, I was sound enough to make it through all the things that people pillar wise. I still, in the midst of all of that, have such amazing relationships that were able to see me through. Space pillar wise, man, thank God for my prayer room. But space pillar wise, that I just have committed to creating a space that nurtures me. Faith pillar wise, like all of the pillars, thank God, I take them seriously and I build my life around them, because in the midst of all the chaos, they help me protect the vision. And I've said this for years. Lisa Nichols taught me probably 10 years ago now to stay committed to the vision, not attached to how you get there. And having the pillars as a process for how I process life helps me stay committed to the vision, not attached to all of the events and circumstances and occasions that life will bring. I understand that I have to be flexible in those things. But as I learn to sit with discontentment, as I make the decision to continuously cut off all other options that come to be distractions as I lean more into my desires and tune out those distractions. Even in the midst of life happening, I still saw such great success in our community, with our clients, with the opportunities that have come my way. In the midst of all of this, I still completed season 2 of Opportunity Knocks. We did go on to win a American Reality TV Award for Best Feel-Good Television, beating out shows like Shark Tank and America's Funniest Home Videos and American Ninja Warrior. Our little show on PBS got PBS the first win on American Reality TV Awards. And there's just been so many things. Still being able to do Redefining Wealth Live 2024, still being able to serve clients in the Institute for Redefining Wealth, launching the Redefining Wealth app, building out such a beautiful community. None of this has been about perfection, but it has been about a commitment that started with honoring the vision God gave me. And I think sometimes when we don't have a process for how we process, the minute life brings something that we don't like, something that doesn't feel good, something that feels painful and tragic, and many of us just abandon the vision, we abandon purpose, we abandon the people we've been called to serve. And there's a difference between taking a break, because I've definitely had to take breaks this year. More than I would have liked or more than I would have thought I would need, but I definitely took the breaks I needed, but I didn't abandon the vision. I remember during the pandemic, the beginning of it, Steve Furtick from Elevation Church saying, "We might all be in the same storm, but we're not in the same ship." And for anyone who feels like 2024 was difficult for you as well, and you experienced grief and you experienced pain and loss of any kind, I just want to remind you, but also invite you to see the pillars as an opportunity to ensure that no matter what life brings, what storm you are in now, or the storms that are inevitable in our future, that you can navigate them in a cruise ship and stop barely making it because you want to paddle a little kayak, paddle in a kayak. He said, we're all in the same storm, but we're not having the same experience. And this has been a storm, and it's nothing that I would wish on my greatest enemy. And I don't know that I was in a cruise ship, but maybe a yacht, because I still look back on this year with such deep gratitude. I still can acknowledge the good. I still can see so much of what happened this year not happening to me before me. I still can see how even some of the darkest moments allowed me to be radically honest about my deepest desires. And now, having the guts, continuing to build the guts to create the plan to go after it. And for me, that's what this is all about. It's continuously leveraging life to illustrate what I need to do next, but from the most authentic, aligned place. Your vision is calling you, and it's not waiting any longer. The doors to mastery and momentum are closing soon, and this is your last chance to step into the transformational coaching, curriculum, and community you need to bring this next iteration of your purpose to life. This is not the time to wait. This is the time to double down on that ignited, aligned vision God put on your heart. If you've been sitting on something big, something that's been pulling at your heart, the time to act is now. Mastery Momentum is not just another program. This is a proven blueprint for high-level performers who are ready to take their purpose and thought leadership to the next level. When you apply and get approved, You'll get access to personalized one-on-one coaching to fast-track your transformation, exclusive curriculum that I have not taught anywhere else, not even here on the podcast. You'll get a supportive community, a wisdom circle of like-hearted women who will challenge and cheer you on. And you get access to powerful resources, all of my signature courses, Pillar Mastery, Purpose to Platform, and Command the Stage, all included. And let's not even get into our 5-day retreat, July 2025 in Hawaii. Don't let another season pass you by. The window to apply is closing. We have a few seats left, and you won't want to miss the chance to create this next level future you deserve. Remember, your vision is not void, and your purpose is not postponed, no matter what's going on in the world right now. Apply now, and let's make this happen together. Masteryandmomentum.com has all the information. That's masteryandmomentum.com. When life happens, for me, I continue to ask questions, to interrogate, to explore what this means and how do I take this to move forward. And I believe that everything I experienced this year has only continued to peel away layers and years of miseducation, misinformation, poor indoctrination, limiting beliefs, ideas, thoughts, paradigms that were never mine to begin with. They may have been adopted from parents, from family, from school, from churches, from friendships. But this season has taught me that I get one life, and I get to make this one and only life as delicious as possible for me. It doesn't have to taste good, look good, feel good for you. It is for me. And my prediction, because there's so much shift happening in the atmosphere, it didn't start with the election at all. This has been happening for years. I think a lot has been illuminated for people throughout this election season here in the US. But my prediction is that authenticity and consistency will be the key to mountains moving and miracles occurring in your life, no matter what is going on externally. As we move into 2025, I believe the world will reward those who embrace their truth, those who give voice to their truth, and those who stay consistent in their calling. Because your authenticity will always cut through the noise. Everyone's so afraid of artificial intelligence and all of this stuff. I even told some folks the other day who asked me about when Command the Stage is coming back. And I was just telling them, I'm so glad that you recognize that folks can use AI to write all the things they want, but there is still always going to be a space for your authentic voice. Because as it stands today, AI can't get up on a stage or get on the news or jump on a lot of these platforms and actually speak to the hearts and souls of the people that you are assigned to. And so authenticity is going to still cut through the noise. And your consistency and your commitment to doing what you were called to do, what you were purposed to do, is still going to be the thing that creates unexpected breakthroughs and powerful miracles. On December 15th, if you haven't been in the Redefining Wealth app, on December 15th, I committed to a 365-day consistency challenge. And every day, for at least 30 minutes, but on average about 45 minutes, I have been going live and sharing the divine downloads and distinctions that for years I've gotten on a daily basis. And a part of that was because I felt in this season of all the ups and downs and experiencing so much betrayal, trauma, frustration, starts to make you question your voice. And I felt like God was speaking to me and saying, yeah, that's because it's time for you to recommit. I know what you're waiting on when I see what you're working on. When you're willing to give God something to bless, I believe it births a whole new identity, a next level identity, a picture of your next level vision. And I've never done something like this, but what I felt was I was being called to recommit to the process. And the process is I live by the pillars, but being sold out, like willing to get on the mountaintop and get as many people as I can to set their year up by the pillars. Hence our pillar planning retreat on January 16th. Set their year up by the pillars, set their calendar up by the pillars, set their conversations up by the pillars so that they are constantly being reminded of all these parts of life that impact our financial wellness and our vision, even when we're not thinking about it. All these parts of life that when they are cluttered with other people's ideas and thoughts, keep us from authenticity and keep us from being able to walk fully in our purpose, like fully sold out for who we are and what we're called to do in the world. So I have to recommit to my process and talk about it like I believe it because I do. Recommit to my position like I was born with purpose, on purpose, for purpose, just like you. And for so many years, I've been so bold and outspoken about it. And then between the divorce in 2022 and all the moving in 2023 and all the loss in 2024, some of that just kind of left me questioning, like, God, is this still what you want me to do? Is it relevant? Is this what you have for me? Are you sure? Am I still being called to quadruple down? But recommit to the position. And most importantly for me, recommit to my people. And I felt the best way that I could recommit to my people is to show up daily in my most authentic form in a more consistent way than I ever have before. And so my friend Marissa Grayson, who's also my attorney, she mentioned to me on one of our calls that she was doing a consistency challenge. And I said, I'm going to join you. And then I invited my whole community to join me. So that includes you. And the thought behind it is, what could the next decade look like if you gave this next year your all in terms of committing to something that you knew was going to truly be a blessing to the vision that you have? And it doesn't matter what pillar it's in. For me, it's showing up professionally and being here in the Redefining Wealth app every single day, being of service to my community. But for some people, it's journaling 10 minutes a day. For other people, it's walking 20 minutes a day. For some, it's doing a kind, thoughtful gesture for someone every single day. I don't know what it looks like for you, but I bet when I said it, there was something in your soul that stood out to you. But I also know that for many of you, the next thought was, oh, but 365 days? I mean, every day? I mean, that's extreme. I've already done lives in the Redefining Wealth app about why that fear might come up for you. Some of that is because we have 1000% evidence of all the times that we failed, all the times that we came up short, all the times that we didn't do the things. But every day that I've been going live, I've been helping dismantle some of those limiting beliefs and some of the challenges that you may have with committing to something that literally has the potential to not just change your year, but change your life. Hey, Purpose Chaser, if you're ready to level up in 2025, you need to download the Redefining Wealth app. This is where Purpose Chasers from all over the world come together for early access to exclusive trainings, pop-up lives, powerful resources, and a like-hearted, supportive community. Get everything you need to align with your vision, stay accountable, and create lasting impact right at your fingertips. I'm so excited about everything the team and I are planning for 2025. Bi-monthly book clubs. We're talking about empowerment panels created by Purpose Chasers for Purpose Chasers with Purpose Chasers. It's going to be incredible. And if you have genius that you want to be able to share and you've been a part of this community for a while, you need to come in closer. There are people that need you. We want this to be about you, the purpose chasers, not me, Patrice Washington. I am simply here to hold space and to curate a safe, aligned, brave community. And that's what we're doing. So download the Redefining Wealth app today on your iOS or Android device. You can also go to redefiningwealth.app, and I can't wait to see you there. This year has taught me that I can't do and don't want to do life alone. It's taught me that I need my people, and that's not just in my personal life, but pouring into my community pours into me. And I'm so grateful to have people. Right now, at the time of this recording, we have about 2,500 purpose chasers from all over the world in the free Redefining Wealth app. And I just pray that I get to watch that continue to grow and soar. And I don't know what this year holds, but I know that I'm going to hold this intention to recommit to my process, to recommit to my position, and to recommit to my people. And my prediction is that when you choose whatever it is you're going to commit to, when you think about what this year has taught you, when you think about the losses and the lessons that made you who you are in this moment over this last year, I pray that God put something on your heart that you know you need to commit to be the best version of yourself as you step into your next level vision. And I pray that your consistency bring miracles in 2025, that doors that you thought were closed or because of external things, people are like, oh, that can't happen. I pray that it not only happens, but that you watch time collapse. I pray that if there's relationships that need to be restored for you, that they be restored, because I restored some this year. I pray that you have the desires of your heart. If you've been feeling the weight of this year, I pray that you feel the release of it all as you move into 2025. And I pray that God blow your mind, because I'm expecting mountains to move. I'm expecting miracles. And I'm also committed to doing my part to participate in it all. Not just for myself, not just for my family, not just for my life, but for you, my extended family, my purpose chasers. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to serve in this way. I'm grateful for how all of the things are unveiling themselves. I'm grateful for continuing to get to the most authentic version of myself, the most vulnerable version of myself, so that I continue to hopefully give you permission to do the same. So happy holidays, happy New Year. I hope to see you January 16th at the Pillar Planning Retreat or before on one of my daily lives in the Redefining Wealth app. Share with other purpose chasers, share with a friend, come on in, and don't feel any pressure to get caught up on all of them. Believe that wherever you land, it'll be the divine right time, and you'll hear exactly what you need to hear in that moment. Thank you guys for letting me be a part of your journey. And here's to 2025. Until next time, I want you to go live your life's purpose, find fulfillment, and earn more without ever feeling like you have to chase money. I'll see you in 2025.